Okay, shalawam. All right, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS, and to the elect doing the work out there in sincerity and in truth. Shalawam. This is GMS Precepts. My name is Nazar Akhad, and this is another Bible Basics video, which is essential in this truth. Okay, the basics, the milk. Okay. So this is gonna be on the elect, all right, which we go into, which we go into. Uh, you know, we referring to Great Millstone here, a Great Millstone. We go into the elect, right? Because you got a lot of other groups that say, yeah, the Lord is gonna save all black people, okay, which is not the truth. If anything, the Lord, the Most High, is gonna kill majority of black people, okay. And you have a lot of, like, there was an article recently on the camp, the Chicago camp, GMS Chicago, saying, yeah, black Hebrew Israelites or whatever, which that's not what we are. We're not black Hebrew Israelites, all right? We're Hebrew Israelites, and we are known as the so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native American Indians, all right? But that's just them trying to fit us in a category, in the same category as certain black supremacist groups, which that's not what we are. Okay. All right. Okay. So continuing on, this is like I said, is going to be on the elect, and I'm going to go into the definition of the word. So as you can see, I have the Deuteronomy pulled up, Deuteronomy 7:6. Okay, it reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So he's referring to, the Most High is referring to the Israelites. All right, they are a chosen people unto himself, because one would say, oh well, God chose or God created everybody, we all bleed red, all this bullshit, right? But which is true. The Most High did create all nations, but he chose a specific nation onto himself. All right. Now let's go into the word chosen, okay, which in the Hebrew is right here. I have it pulled up. It's bakar. Bakar. Okay. Now if you go into the definition of the word bakar, it means to choose, elect, decide for, to choose, to be chosen, selected. All right. So what nation is this? It's saying here that, let's go back to the scripture. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above of all people that are upon the face of the earth." So yes, the Most High did create all nations. He did create all people, but he chose a specific people that he created to be unto himself and to be his special people. All right, just like if you have, you might have 10 shirts, but you might like just one. You might have one shirt that you really like, or one pair of shoes out of all the shoes that you have, or one pair of jeans, or whatever have you, that you really like above all else. Excuse me, above all others. This is no different. The Most High created all nations. Matter of fact, let me get where you at? Let me get what is that? That's Second Ezra's. Give me a second here. Second Ezra's, the 5th chapter, explains that. Right? Second Ezra's 5. I believe it's around 20s. Let's see. Let's see here. Right. The point is right here, is in 28. It's going into all the things that he created, and I'll read. I'll start from 26, and I'm gonna jump down. Matter of fact, I'll read 26 and 27. This is Second Ezra 5 and 26. "And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove." Right, because he out of all the fowls is a bird-like creature. Out of all the birds, right, that he created, his favorite his favorite one is the dove. Okay. It says, And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. Okay? And those two animals are what is an acceptable sacrifice unto the Most High. Okay? For a reason. It says, verse 27, and among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. So it's telling you he only gave a law to this one people. He didn't give the law to all nations. Okay? So all you other nations, you have no part in the scriptures, man. The only part that you have is to be a slave in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? But as far as the laws, the love, all the promises, the gifts, the glory, that wasn't given to you, to you other nations. That was given to the people that he loved, which are the Israelites, which he chosen, which is the point of this lesson, or the premise of this lesson, which is the definition of the word chosen. Okay? Right? I'll read it again. And among all the multitudes of people, right, because he did create all people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. Okay? Alright, so that was the point I wanted. Let me get back to Deuteronomy. Right? So I went into the word bakar, which is the word for chosen in here. The word for chosen is bakar. The Hebrew word for chosen is bakar, which means what? To choose, to be chosen or selected. So there's one nation that was chosen or selected to be his special people above all the other people that he chose, or all the other people that he created. Okay? So that's the Hebrew word. Now let's go into the Greek word, which is the same Hebrew word. Okay? This is Saint John 15:16. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Okay, so let's go into the word chosen. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. So let's go into the word chosen here. Goes back to the word eklogomai. I can't pronounce. Let me let this cracker eat a mic.
Strong's G 1586. Eklegomai.
Let me
Thayer's lexicon. Eklego.
Let me play it again.
Eklego.
Strong's G 1586. Eklegomai.
Thayer's lexicon.
Eklegomai.
Eklego.
Eklegomai, right?
Eklego.
So the definition of the word eklegomai is, it says to pick or choose out for oneself, choosing out of many, and that's what the Most High did. He chose out of many nations that he created. He chose what? The nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Yahawashi choosing his disciples, right? Because he chose his disciples. He picked out his disciples out of many other people. Okay? Choosing one for an office of the Most High, choosing whom he judged fit to receive his favors, and separated from the rest of mankind to be peculiar, his own, and to be attended continually by a gracious oversight, i.e. the Israelites. And that's who the Most High is telling you right here. Who the Most High chose. He chose who? The Israelites, to be separate from all other mankind. Okay? And it says to receive his favors and separated from the rest of mankind that died. All right? That's who, i.e. the Israelites. And that didn't go away. Because one would say, yeah, well, he did choose the Israelites, but then the Israelites didn't obey him, so he opened it up to all nations. Where is that in the scriptures, man? It tells you in Jeremiah, okay? Matter of fact, let me get it. Jeremiah, I believe it's 33, I believe. It might be 31. Let me go gets it. 31. It might be 35 actually. Here it is. Here you go. It says, this is Jeremiah 31 and 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power. Is this that's, oh, here it is. Here's a point. It says verse 36. Verse 35, Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me. So he's telling you, if these ordinances, as far as the sun and the moon, if they depart from him, then the Most High will do away with Israel, which will never happen. Okay, and it continues on, verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if the heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. And that's not that hasn't been discovered yet, man. If heaven above can be measured, the Esau is trying, but he can't even pass the Van Halen belt. And don't believe that bullshit he sent a rover or whatever to Mars. He's searching out he wishes he could do that. Don't be fooled by those Star Wars movies, man. That's just Esau's fantasy. All right. Okay, it says if the heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, which he can't do that. As far as the sea, you can only go a certain distance under the sea before that pressure will crush you. All right, so that also is impossible. You can't search out the earth beneath. Okay, because you can only go so far. Then it's saying, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Okay? So basically, he's telling you what? He's not going to do away with the nation of Israel. All right? So let's go back to the definition. Eklegomai, which means chosen. Okay? Chosen. All right, let's get another scripture. This is another scripture in Ephesians 1, verse 4. According as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. Who is that speaking about? That's speaking about the elect. The elect were chosen before the foundation of the world. The first spirits created along with Yahawashi. The ones that created, that's when you go to Genesis 1 and 1. With Genesis, the whole first chapter, it refers to God. If you break that word down, it goes back to Alachayim, which is the powers. Okay, which was Yahawashi and the first spirits created to create that took part in the creation. Okay, it says, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So let's go into the word. I believe it's the same word. There you go. Eklegomai. The same word in St. John the 15th chapter. Okay, the Israelites, pretty much, to choose out, to pick or choose for oneself. Okay, all right, so I believe I got let's see here, what's this here? This is Bukhar. I already got this definition. Let's go to Mark the 13th chapter. All right, because I went into the word elect also. Okay, so this is Mark 13:22. For false Christs and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. All right, so now let's go into that word elect. Okay, which is right here, elect, eklektos. Okay, eklektos. All right, it says picked out, chosen by the Most High to obtain salvation. Okay, Christians are called chosen or elect. The Messiah is elect as appointed for the most exalted office, invincible choice, select the best of its class. Okay, the elect are the best of its class. All right, the elect were chosen out of the nation of Israel to be to have that deliverance out of the destruction that's going to take place. Okay, That reminds me of one. I'll close out with this scripture in Romans. What is it? Romans, I believe it's 11:7. Yeah, it says Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, right? Because the whole nation of Israel, we are a spiritual people, okay? And we all seek after answers. We all seek after the Most High, all right? But not everybody's gonna understand it, man. Because the truth is, whether you 2/3 want to believe it or not, you are of the nation of Israel. The Most High is the Most High and His Son are so-called black men, and they're coming to deliver the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and are gonna enslave all the other races and destroy the Edom, okay, the so-called white man off the face of the earth after 1,000 years. That's what's gonna happen, whether you want to believe it or not. That's the truth. That's what Israel can't obtain. Okay, it says, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So let's go into the word election, which is the same word. Election. Eklego. Eklega. Okay, same word. It says what? The act of picking out, choosing. The act of the Most High free will by which before the foundation of the world he decreed his blessings to certain persons. Certain persons, man. And that's referring to the elect. The decree made by choice by which he determined to bless certain persons through Yahawashi by grace alone. And that's referring to the elect, a thing or person chosen of persons, God's elect. You see, nobody else talks about that. You got other groups that say, yeah, we here to save all black people. The Most High is not going to save all black people. Okay? The Most High is going to destroy majority of black people, and he's only here to deliver the elect. Now, the other 2/3 that die on this side, they're still Israel. Okay? But it's only a remnant that's going to be delivered out of the destruction of America. All the bad things, the time of Jacob's trouble. 2/3 of you are going to have to die as a punishment for not coming back to your heritage and all the wickedness that you have done. But in the kingdom, you'll still be in the kingdom. You're at the end of the day, you're still Israelites. All right, so that's pretty much it. Another edition of Bible Basics. I wanted to go into the word election. I went into a few scriptures. There are a lot of words or scriptures referring to the elect and referring to a chosen people. But I just went into a few of them. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Until the next show, shalawam.